Hello YouTube, my name is Joe Kama and I'm here with a tutorial on how to turn this picture into this one. Well, how to turn a normal picture into cartoon look like picture. I call it the cartoon effect. So first of all, load your picture, the picture that you want to turn into a cartoon, into Photoshop. Once that is loaded, like mine is already loaded here. So first of all, make sure that the picture is big enough. It has to be, well, I do mine always above 1000 pixels. So since my picture is already above 1000 pixels, so that's fine. Just press OK. If it's below 1000 pixels, make sure it's 1000 pixels wide. And once you just change that, even the height is going to automatically change. So after that is done, second thing is you press B on your keyboard to load the brush, or just come to the tools panel and select the brush and make sure the size, here you change the size and the hardness, but make sure that the hardness is at 100%. For the size, it depends on the image. So this is a size 10 brush. I think this is fine. Others would use, depending on the image, if you want that very thick borderline around, you can use a bigger brush, and if you want something smaller, you can use a smaller brush, but this is fine. This is size 10 depending with my image. So what I'll do is get the pen tool by pressing P on your keyboard, or just come to the tools panel and select the pen tool right there. So just zoom in and using the pen tool, draw around your image, trace around the image. First of all, we're just doing the outline. So I'm going to speed that up and I'll catch you on the other side. Okay, so now we're back to the point where we started, so make sure that the lines are meeting. So when you reach that, oh, I think we missed something there, yeah, like that. So once the lines are meeting, if the lines are meeting, just press Control and just click on any point. So that's just going to clear off the other stuff that is around. So after that is done, make sure that you have created a new layer and you name it outline on top of the subject image. So from there, on the new layer, you right click, then come to stroke path. Stroke path, make sure that it's selected, the brush is the one selected, and the stimulate pressure is not checked. Brush simulator not checked. We'll come back to this later on, but for now do not check it. Then press OK. If you turn this one off, you see that our drawing has been done. So to delete this little small line there, just press delete once and it's going to delete it. So we cannot really see there. So what you do is you select the background layer and create a new layer. Fill this new layer with white. How do you do that? You press Shift and F5. It's going to pop up this menu, the fill menu. Then just select white and press OK. So there we go. We have a new layer which is filled with white. So that, well, this is just there so that we can see what's really happening, what we're really doing. So as you are drawing, you'll be switching it off and on and off so that you can see what you're drawing. So this is just one part of it all. Then once that is done, select the outline layer, then continue with your drawing, and I'm going to speed this up again, and then I'll get back to you in a while. Okay, so I know this doesn't really look like what we want, but we're getting there. So here's the next part. There are some lines which we don't have to have very strong, I don't know, very strong edges. So here's what you do. Like for these ones here, just draw it, draw it down there. So what you do as you come to stroke path, you remember we said do not check the stimulate pressure box, but now you can check it and you see the effect, you see the difference. So you just delete that. So you see what the stimulate pressure does to the line. It creates a very nice pointy edge like that. This is some very nice cool effect. So if you haven't checked the stimulate, so I'm just going to show you a little quick something. So like that, then right click stroke. This is, I haven't checked the stimulate pressure. You see how the line is, but here's one with the stimulate pressure checked. See the difference? So stimulate pressure is going to create these very pointy edges, and if you haven't checked the stimulate pressure, it's just going to give you a straight line with sharp edges like that. I don't know, sharp. I don't know what you can call this, but it will give you that. So it's not everywhere that you have to use the stimulate pressure. It's only on certain parts. Yeah, like on the foldings mostly, where the fabric is folding, you can use the stimulate pressure. Like that. So okay, I'm going to speed this up again and I'll get back to you so we can work on the first. Okay, so you see what the stimulate pressure brush actually does. You see now it's kind of looking like something that we want. You see the nice effects that it does to the image. So we are still going. This is a very long process. If you're doing this for the first time, it will take you hours to complete, but the more you do it, the faster you become and the better you become. So I used to do this. First time that I did this, I did it in like 3 to 4 hours just to complete one image because I was watching a tutorial, and I learned to do this in like 30 minutes. I can do this in 30 minutes. Yeah, no bragging or anything, but yeah, the faster, I mean, the more you do it, the faster and the better you become. So you can notice that I did not follow these other parts. Well, you don't have to make outlines of everything because it's just going to complicate your life. So yeah, this was going to complicate things, so I just left it out. It's not everything that you pick out, only some basic stuff, something that will still have the image. So we're done with that part, so time to do the face. So it's basically the same technique. First of all, let's just do the eyebrows. So the eyebrows is a new technique that you use. So you can just follow the eyebrows and create a little small effects of your own as you go on. So just follow the eyebrows like that, and the other part. Yeah, my image is not very clear, so since it's my face, I can imagine this is what is there. Okay, so after you're done, make sure that all the lines are touching, you right click. Instead of going to stroke path, you come to fill path. Fill path, select the color black and press OK. And it's just going to fill only the path that you I've selected. After you fill, just press delete to delete the lines on the F. If we turn on our white layer, you see that we have our eyebrows right there. So if the lines are not touching, you end up filling the whole image. But so you can just press Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z on your keyboard, and it's going to undo the change. But make sure that your lines are touching. So it's basically the same technique that we're using this time. Just get, all around. Just get the brush, get the pen tool and do the outlines. You just choose between the stimulate pressure end and one that doesn't need to have stimulate. So from here, I think this one needs to have the stimulate pressure, so that can create a nice effect for the nose right there. As you can see, if we did the other one, it wouldn't have looked as nice as that one. So here's how I do the nose. Again, same technique throughout. It's just the same technique throughout. Stimulate pressure, bang, we have our nose right there. Something is missing, yes, the nostril. For the nostril, we use fill. Make sure the lines is the last is touching the very first. Right click, fill, black, delete, turn this one off, and we have something like a nose. Yeah, I know I have a very big nose. Okay, so for the lips, I use the stimulate pressure end, so like that. You notice that I'm going somehow on the other side, I'm going beyond. This is because I don't want this part to have that pointy brush. I want to have this part to have very smooth, and only this part is one which I want the pointy brush to be on. So you can stroke path, stimulate pressure, checked, select. The reason I was going beyond is because I didn't want this part to be like that. If I ended here, then this part right here would have been like that. So if I go beyond, so this part is somewhere inside there. So yeah, then for the upper lip, you do the same. Again, you go beyond, so you can have that very nice effect like that. And for the middle part, yeah, for it can be like that. See how that turns out. No, just undo this and just go beyond. I think that's better. Our image is starting to turn out. So basically, you use the same technique over and over. Nothing new. There's nothing new. It's just the same old technique. This part is not very clear. Can just zoom it out a little bit so you can see some other parts that are not very visible. So as you can see, the brush is a little too big, so you can reduce the size, or you can just go with the same size of a brush. You can reduce it. Let me reduce it by half, which is 5. I think that is fine. You can draw this part right there. See the difference? This is a size 5 brush, this is size 10 brush. So the other part is the eye. Well, this is how I do it. I'm going to use the fill, so just draw around the eye. Make sure you select every part of it. Well, again, the image is not very clear, so some I can just imagine. So once you do that, then you draw inside of that shape that you made. So this is eyeball. Just draw around it. Make sure that it's touching. Then on the other side again, draw around the eye. And there's that little shiny thing in the eye. The little circle. I know it's not there, but yeah, I'm imagining one. So once you do that, on the other side, you do the same. This other part is not very clear, so I'm just imagining that this is how it is. So hope this turns out okay. Maybe just a little bit there. And a little shiny thing. I don't know what it's called. So once you do that, right click, fill black, and it's going to fill everything and leave out these other parts. You just delete, and if you do this, you discover that we have our eye right there. There's our image. The hair. So where's the hairline? There it is. I did not go to the barber shop when I took this picture, so I don't have a very clean hairline. No, that's a shadow. So fill black, and there we have our hair. I think what if we do this little part right there? Brush. There. This thing doesn't look good. You just erase that. So there, that's the outline, and we're done. So in the next video, we're gonna do coloring. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something from here. So we did the outline image drawing. So in the next video, we're going to do the coloring. So stay tuned, and thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe so that you can get the notification. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification button so that you can get a notification each time I post a new video. Thank you for watching, and if you have any comments, any questions, just drop it in the comments and I'll sure reply and see how I can help you out. Thank you for watching. The name is Jokama, and have a blessed day.